Lisa.
And today we're going to be reviewing Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Okay, so let's talk about this next installment of the Star Wars trilogy?
Saga.
Yeah. It opens once again with our rebellion fleeing.
From the First Order.
Once again, I mean, nothing new there. And Rey is also landed on the island of Atu, to seek out Luke Skywalker. Or she has sought him out, but she's hoping that he will come and join the Resistance fighters in their stand against the First Order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rebellion is now launching an attack on a First Order dreadnought and basically lose their entire bombing fleet besides Poe Dameron to being destroyed.
Yeah, they're just basically being picked off.
One by one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
It's really depressing.
Run again. I mean,
yeah.
That's what this movie's all about.
Exactly.
So, and then once they go to get to hyperspace, they're able to escape them for a brief period of time.
Yes, they jump.
Yeah, they jump, and using their light speed.
Yeah, they jump to light speed. And normally, no one would be able to track them through light speed, but apparently the First Order can now.
They have a tracking device.
First time ever this has happened.
Which leads to another storyline in which Finn's character, who is now alive and well and
yes,
fighting with the Resistance, and a new character, Rose.
Whose sister has just died because she was one of the bombers.
Yes. So they are seeking the assistance of someone that can disable the tracking device through a phone conversation with whatever her name was, remember? Another planet.
Oh, yes.
The one with the...
Lupita Nyong'o's character.
Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o's character, right.
Yeah, I like her. I want to see more of her.
Yeah.
She's funny.
What a waste.
I know.
So yes, so they go and they find someone that can disable the tracker, and they board the
First Order dreadnought.
Yes, and a fight ensues.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Rey has left the island after Luke Skywalker has reluctantly taught her a few.
She really taught herself.
Yeah.
He got kind of mad at her
basically.
Because she went towards the dark side immediately, which, you know,
But you can't fault her for that because she was trying to find herself. She was trying to find her parents.
She's trying to find answers.
I mean, anybody that doesn't know who their parents are, they lose that identity.
Yeah.
You know.
They would fight and try and find a way.
So yeah, that's what drew her to that hole.
Exactly.
Of seaweed.
Yes.
So, but anyways, so she is taking the Millennium Falcon and left Luke Skywalker on the island of Atu.
But they did take some porgs with them, which are
so
cute.
The little porgs, they're so, yeah.
The animal, I can't fault them for the animals. They are adorable.
Yeah, I wish they would have used them more.
Exactly.
You know, I found that also that like R2-D2 and C-3PO and BB-8, I mean, they didn't utilize them nearly enough in this movie.
It was kind of sad because normally the robots are really the driving force of comedy and they're just kind of fun.
Yeah, and then they brought the Borgs, which are just these cute, cuddly, big-eyed creatures.
I don't think it's on this.
Yeah, and they didn't really utilize them either.
No, they were just cuteness factor with Chewie.
And someone else they didn't utilize was Benicio del Toro in his role.
Exactly. Have you seen Sicario? He is really cool, and they didn't use him.
No, they really didn't. The mark fell short on that.
Yeah.
In that way. So, so once again, the rebellion is fleeing.
And they do not realize that Finn and Rose are now on the First Order dreadnought because it was kind of a secret mission between Poe and them. They weren't trying to tell anyone who was in charge, so they're still fleeing. And they're taking heavy fire, and each time their little companion ships are now just going off, losing gas and dying off.
Right, and meanwhile on the same ship is this power struggle between Snoke,
Yep.
Supreme Leader Snoke, and Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yes.
And it doesn't even occur to me that it's all happening in the same place, but it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's kind of lackluster because Snoke is no longer this
Big, ginormous, cool,
scary
thing.
Yeah,
He's just, he's the size of a mortal. It stinks.
And he dies fairly easily.
Yeah,
I thought.
It was just, it wasn't anything.
No, it was really lackluster
shocking.
there. And then momentarily, Rey and Kylo Ren
Are on the same side.
I think each one of them is trying to
Turn the other.
right to their way of thinking.
Yeah, they're both trying to make turncloaks out of each
But
other.
actually, that ends quite quickly once all of the
All of the
guards are killed.
they look like Hunger Games guards, but
They do in the red suits, yeah. And then they struggle
for the lightsaber.
Yeah, which it's basically a struggle between dark and light. Dark and light. And
Where was the great Jedi? Everyone was talking about it.
Right, and so the saber is broken in half. Yep.
They're both thrown to the side.
Yep. And one goes one way and one goes the other way. So
Yep.
Rey manages to escape, and Kylo Ren is declared himself Supreme Leader.
Yes.
So, and meanwhile, out in space
Yes.
is the Resistance.
And they have decided to leave their big ship and go out on the...
But wait, we have to talk about Carrie Fisher.
Yes.
And that whole thing with Princess Leia,
Yes.
Organa, who gets blown out into space.
And then uses her tiny bit of force powers to get in, and it's
Now,
confusing.
to us mere mortals,
Yes.
we would be dead instantly.
Yes. As proven by, science.
Right. So, but she manages to survive.
Yes.
And in her place is General.
Yes.
General Holdo.
Holdo, yes. Interesting name.
Yeah, interesting. They're all kind of
Hard to
interesting.
pronounce.
Yeah, interesting names. But she takes over the ship, and because they're once again in a bad way,
Yes.
I mean they're going to go down.
Mm-hmm.
They decide to evacuate and go to a planet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
an old rebellion
stronghold. Yeah,
Which
Where
has the coolest crystal foxes. Oh my goodness, they're so
Oh
pretty.
yeah, that was another cool animal too.
Yes.
But so they decide to abandon ship into the transports, and here comes Poe, who's had very little of a role as well in this movie. Comes back in, and he is going to mutiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luke and Leia have a little transcendence conversation, and Leia is awoken.
Yes.
And she comes and takes command of the ship, and then they abandon ship.
Yes.
And the one coolest spot is when Holdo decides to
Stay on and drive the
ship, the Resistance ship,
into this ginormous dreadnought.
at light speed.
Yes. It
So-
just destroys it.
Now that's realistic because the way they do that, there's no sound.
Yes, that's the only realistic time they've had a battle.
Yeah.
Is there's no sound in space. So when
Yes,
you
people.
crash, it just kind of goes into a big ball of blue flame, and then it's done.
So as you're sitting there in the theater,
People were confused.
it was silent.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the sound went out.
Mm-hmm.
But really, it was just more of a realistic space experience.
Yeah.
So she drives right through the middle of that ship and blows it up, but not before a lot of the fighters
Before Rey and Chewie and all of them get off, and
Right.
Rose and Finn. Can we just talk about the lightsaber fights? Just as a quick
yeah, please.
thing.
Let us touch on those.
I was a little disappointed in the lightsaber fights. I love sword battles, and lightsabers are very similar, and I just was not impressed.
Yeah, the choreography wasn't the greatest.
No.
So I didn't think so. I was really disappointed too. I thought there was some scenes where if it had been a real sword battle or a real lightsaber type deal, the people would have been dead.
Yes.
So without question.
Especially like one of the most lackluster was between Finn and his overlord. She just went out really quickly, and there wasn't much of a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. Okay, so let's summarize where we're at now.
Yes.
So basically, whatever's left of the Resistance is fleeing for this planet
Yes.
in the transports, whichever one survived being
Yes.
blown up. The First Order
Is
with Kylo Ren as the new Supreme Leader
still chasing them.
is now they're
Chasing them to the planet.
They're chasing them to the planet, and Rey is in the Millennium Falcon. And she's headed for that planet as well.
Yes.
So everything is converging on the planet.
Yes.
So, which, once again, it leaves the Resistance backed up against the wall.
Yep.
They're in a munition storage facility, but
There's no way to shoot anything off.
there's not much there.
They-
Everything is kind of antique.
Yeah, old and rickety, and
Yeah, and the First Order, they have all this
new tech.
high tech, high end weapons. So there's just no chance for them to survive.
No.
So it's just
And then they try and pose a plan, which has Finn going on a old rickety
ski
It was an interesting looking
ski
fighter
scooter.
jet,
Yeah.
and they're trying to go towards this First Order ship that has landed, and they've now brought out this big death machine.
Yeah, and they're gonna blow a hole and blow them all up.
Yes.
So
now the Resistance is sending out what's left of their fighters.
they're basically committing. They're basically
They're
they're gonna
killing
give their lives for
the cause.
the
And
cause when there's very few of them left.
yeah, and not Poe, but Finn tries to do this and gets knocked out of the way by Rose, which in turn they both crash their little
Yes.
ski things.
And they share a Star Wars kiss. Oh,
Ugh.
yeah,
Katniss and Peter are the worst kiss, but this one was pretty bad.
yeah, it was. But I guess you have to throw a little romance, keep a little romance into there.
Yeah, I think they're trying to take the place of Princess Leia and Han Solo. The cute romance there.
Or maybe Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. They
Oh!
might be related.
No worse.
So that, and somehow they managed to make it back to the
arms center.
This place under the mountain.
And then they
Oh, that's right. Rey shows up in the Millennial Falcon, and she
shoots down everything bad.
and then she's able to
Drive away all their TIE fighters.
or just lure them away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
then all the rebellion people run back in, scurry into their little hole.
Yes.
And
Getting
then
ready for the last stand, and then who should show up?
Luke Skywalker.
Doo-doo-doo! Yeah.
And he gives Princess Leia a kiss on the head, and then walks out to go meet her son.
Now I wonder if she knows that he,
Who knows?
Yeah. So then there's a showdown between Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker.
It was a redo of Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it basically was.
Pretty much the same thing.
So, yep. And actually, Kylo Ren falls for it, hook,
Yep.
line, and sinker.
Uh-huh.
But Luke Skywalker has teleported himself there. He's really not there, and he uses all his power on the island and basically ends his
Yeah,
life.
he's sitting on a rock, and the cloak
Yeah.
disappears, and the cloak falls to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple Obi-Wan moments there.
Yes.
So meanwhile, in the cave,
They're trying to get out.
They're trying to get out, and they realize there's no way out. And who should show up at the back of the cave?
But
is
then
Rey.
Rey with the Millennium Falcon, and she uses her Force magic to move all these rocks to open up a hole,
Yes.
and what's left of the rebellion fits onto the Millennium Falcon
Yeah, and they fly off.
into the galaxy.
Yeah. That's the end.
That's pretty much it.
Yep, that's it.
I feel like this movie didn't progress the story forward. I felt like it stayed pretty much the same. And it was kind of frustrating in that way.
Yeah, I thought there was more questions than answers once again. It didn't, we don't know we're not any closer to finding out whose Rey's parents were. I don't believe Kylo Ren's explanation that they were just drunkards that, sold her to get more drinks.
Exactly.
I think there's something to that because they could teleport between each other's minds, but the writers have failed to fill us in on that part of it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they could have used some of the actors and some of the inanimate objects, I guess. In a better
the
way.
droids.
Yeah, the droids better. So.
Still gonna see the next one.
Yeah, still gonna see the next one. As a sequel, I mean, I guess it lives up to its reputation of being a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't the least favorite.
No.
So
yeah. I mean, we're still gonna go see Solo. Can't wait to see what happens there.
Looking forward to Solo and looking forward to the next installment of Star Wars.
Yeah. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.